So today I am going to give a solution of one of the problem of working capital statement. It would help you out as to how to solve the problems on working capital statements. Friends, before going into the video, there are a few things that you should know before proceeding. Point number one, you should be very clear with the elements of working capital. So remember, working capital is nothing but current asset minus current liability. And in current assets, there are elements like stock of raw material, stock of finished goods, stock of WIP, debtors, bills receivables, etc. And in current liability, there are elements like creditors, bills payables, outstanding labor, outstanding wages, outstanding overheads, outstanding expenses, or any provisions. So you should be very clear before proceeding for working capital related problems. Now I have taken one problem which I will be going to mail you out, but at the same time I will just read it out for your understanding. The problem is, the board of directors of XYZ Engineering Company Private Limited requests you to prepare a working capital statement for a level of activity of 1,56,000 units per annum. The following information is given. They have given us the cost. The cost of raw material is rupees 90, direct labor rupees 40, overhead cost rupees 75. So the total cost is rupees 205. Then profit of rupees 65. So the selling price of the total product is rupees 265 per unit. Then they have provided us with certain information. Information number one, raw materials are in stock on an average for 1 month. Materials are in process 50% complete on an average 2 weeks. Finished goods are in stock on an average 1 month. Credits allowed by suppliers 1 month. Time lag in payment from debtors 2 months. Lag in payment of wages 1.5 week. Lag in payment of overheads 1 month. Then 20% of the total sales is sold against cash. Cash in hand and cash at bank is rupees 60,000. Also, assume the production is carried on evenly throughout the year. Wages and overheads accrue similarly, and a time period of 4 weeks is equivalent to a month. Then, if similar kind of problem has been given to us, we have to proceed for the solution. How to go for the solution, that I will show you. So this is the skeleton of working capital statement. You are already knowing particular and amount. So in particular, firstly you are going to find out the current assets. So based on the information given, we are going to find out the current asset element. So the first information was raw materials are in stock on an average for 1 month. So it is nothing but a stock of raw material, and stock of raw material is nothing but a current asset. So the first entry is of stock of raw material. Then when we are going to solve the problems on working capital statement, what exactly we are doing is, we are trying to find out the total amount that has got locked in a particular asset or a particular liability. So in this first case, stock of raw material is, the basis of charge is going to be raw material price, that is rupees 90. So we will be finding out the total raw material requirement throughout the year, and then we will find out the stock for 1 month requirement, and that is nothing but your stock of raw material. Okay, so as there is a total production of 1,56,000 units, so 1,56,000 multiplied by per unit raw material cost, that is 90, multiplied by stock of 1 month is required to you, so 1 month divided by 12. 12 is for the reason there are 12 months in a year. So the calculation goes 1,56,000 multiplied by 90 multiplied by 1 month divided by 12. So the total money that has got locked in raw material is 11,70,000. Okay. Now the second information that they have given is materials are in process 50% complete on an average for 2 weeks. Okay. So WIP is for 2 weeks. Then we will find out the total WIP for the year, and then we will find out the stock of 2 weeks. Okay. How to do that? Same method. WIP, as you know, in WIP the total basis would be the total cost. Okay. So total cost is nothing but 90 plus 40 plus 75, that is 205. So the calculation goes is 1,56,000 units multiplied by total cost, that is 205, multiplied by 2 weeks, and as there are 2 weeks, total number of weeks in a year, in the problem they have mentioned that there are 4 weeks in a month, so there will be 48 weeks in a year. So the calculation is divided by 48. So the total calculation is 1,56,000 multiplied by 205 multiplied by 2 divided by 48. But in the same problem they have also told that the process of completion is 50%. So we will be multiplying the entire figure with 50%. So the total calculation goes like this, and hence the final amount that has got locked in WIP comes to rupees 6,66,250. Okay, then we will find out the third element. Third element is finished goods are in stock on an average for 1 month. So it is nothing but a stock of finished goods. So that is again a current asset. So third entry, stock of finished goods. Finished goods would also be charged on the basis of total cost. So in this problem it is 205. So the calculation goes as 1,56,000 units multiplied by total cost per unit, that is 205, multiplied by 1 month stock is required, so 1 divided by 12. So the total calculation comes to 26,65,000. So the total money that has got locked in finished goods is of amounting to 26,65,000. Then we will see the next current asset element. So moving further, the fourth element is credit allowed by suppliers is 1 month. When credit is allowing you the credit, it is nothing but a creditor, and creditor comes in current liability. So that would not be taken here. The next point is time lag in payment from debtors is 2 months. So this is the outstanding, time lag in payment of debtors 2 months. So it is a debtors. Okay, and debtor comes under current asset. Okay, you will also have to remember that debtors are also charged on the basis of total cost. So in this case, the calculation goes 1,24,800 multiplied by 205 multiplied by 2 divided by 2. Friends, why I have taken 1,24,800 rather than taking 1,56,000? The reason is, in the same problem, there is one more information given at the end, that out of the total sales, 20% of the output is sold on cash basis. So the total production is 1,56,000 units, out of which 20% amount is sold, 20% units are sold on cash basis. So remaining 80% of the units are being sold on credit. So debtors are not 1,56,000, but they are 80% of 1,56,000. And if you will do 80% of 1,56,000, that comes to 1,24,800, and that is why I have taken this figure. So the calculation goes debtors 1,24,800 multiplied by 205 multiplied by 2 months divided by 12 months. So the amount goes as 42,64,000. Then we will see the next current asset element. When the problem goes ahead, there is next entry, lag in payment of wages. So it is an outstanding wage, so current liability. Next is lag in payment of overhead, again it is a current liability. Then next is cash in hand and bank is expected to be rupees 60,000. So this is your current asset item. So writing the same, cash in hand and bank rupees 60,000. Okay, so these are the total current assets. So adding upon all of these elements, you will get a sum of total current asset, that is 88,25,250. Now we will go on calculating the total current liabilities. So in current liability, the first element was element number 4, that is credit allowed by suppliers 1 month. So suppliers are nothing but the ones who are giving you the raw material. So the base for charging creditors is raw material price, and the period is 1 month. So the calculation goes is creditors is equals to 1,56,000 units multiplied by cost of raw material, that is 90 rupees per unit, multiplied by 1 month divided by 12 months. So the final figure goes is 11,70,000 rupees. Then the second element is, there is one more entry, point number 6. It was lag in payment of wages by 1.5 week. So outstanding wages. So the calculation is 1,56,000 multiplied by labor cost, that is rupees 40, multiplied by 1.5 weeks divided by 48. So the calculation goes as 1,95,000 rupees. Then the next calculation goes as, that is point number 8, which is lag in payment of overheads for 1 month. So it is nothing but outstanding overheads. So the calculation goes as outstanding overheads. Calculations are 1,56,000 multiplied by 75. 75 is nothing but a overhead cost, multiplied by 1 month divided by 12, and the answer goes is 9,75,000. So there are no other elements of current liability. So the total current liability would be nothing but 23,40,000 rupees. And when you are going to subtract total current asset, and then if you subtract current liability of 23,40,000, then you get a final answer, that is 64,85,250. Remember, in this kind of problem, few things that you should be very clear is you must know which are the elements of current asset, which are the elements of current liability. Second thing what you should know is you should also know the basis of charging. So for basis of charging for raw material stock is price of raw material. Basis of charging for WIP is nothing but a total cost. Basis of charging for finished good is also a total cost. Basis of charging for debtors is also a total cost. Basis of charging for creditors is nothing but a cost of raw material. Basis of charging for outstanding wages is nothing but a labor cost. Basis of charging for overhead is nothing but a overhead cost. So similarly, you should be very clear as to what should be the basis that should be used for going on making the calculation. So this was the attempt of letting you know as to how can we solve the problem on working capital statement. I hope you have understood the video and you will go on making this practice of the same problem for 2 more times so that your idea will be more clear in the future. Thank you.